Good morning, my name is Natalie Turvey and I am Director and Principal Psychologist at Drop of Life Psychology Clinic, plus the author of Unbreakable Relationships for Self-Lovers and Others. And as you may or may not know, I've been doing a vlog challenge over the past couple of weeks, and today is vlog number 13. So clearly I've missed a few days like weekends and I was on holidays for a bit. And today my vlog is all about how to make friends as an adult. But before I get started, I'd like to talk a little bit about why we need friends and why we need those connections as adults as well as children. There is a hormone called oxytocin, and it's called the bonding hormone, and it gets released. Hi Andrew, and it gets released when we're having touch and we're having affection, but also when you're having meaningful conversations and meaningful relationships, because it makes us feel connected, it makes us feel good, it soothes us, and it makes us feel supported, which everyone needs. So, you think about it, we are social creatures and we crave the need to feel like we are connected and that we belong. So this is a really important topic, and I do find that the older you get, if you don't have well-established friendships already, it's actually really tough to form them. So I'll go through 3 things that might be useful to help you start to set up and make friends as adults. So the first thing would be to seek out and find situations and places and groups of a similar interest to you. So if you enjoy exercise, then doing challenges within a club would be quite useful, or if you enjoy social drinking or restaurants and food, then foodie clubs and things like that would be quite useful. So you seek out different situations where you know that there will be other people with similar interests to you. It's quite obvious. The second one is you can use different things, like there's a lot of tools now because there's a lot of lonely people out there. Things like Meetup, and there's a thing called, which I only found out the other day, Bumble Best Friend, BBF I think it's called, and that's actually designed specifically to make friends, so it's not a dating site. And you can set up and stick to regular events, and the more regular though that you attend these events, the more likely you're to start to connect with people and forge and cultivate different relationships with them. And the last one is, when you do get to know people, when you do get to start to form relationships, that you're very authentic in them. So you don't try and pretend that you're something that you're not. And you use empathy while you're in those relationships, as in you put yourself in the position of the person that you're talking to start to feel what they might be going through, good or bad. It doesn't have to always be bad with empathy. And you have logic in your content and humor. So when I talk about logic in your content, as in you're putting forward information that makes sense, and you're putting forward information that's sensible and is useful. And humor is a huge way to start to connect people. So you use humor as a way to sort of people to get to know you, really. So I hope this was useful, and remember today and tomorrow to be kinder to yourself than anyone else can be.